Hey guys, this is Andrew at FloryPB. We are going to do the installation manual of the new 2K5 or Gen 3 / 2K6 Gen 4 Intimidator board into a 2K5 Timmy. It's an A-bomb, doesn't really matter what it is though. This has been my test mule. We're going to start by removing the grip frame, removing the panel, removing this. That comes off. That's pretty self-explanatory. Removing the old board and getting everything prepped. We have our eye wires. These are 2K6 eyes. These particular ones are a little funky. I hate these connectors, but we'll deal with that. So the first thing to do is you pull out your membrane pad, and then I like to route my wires like this. Push them up this way, get them as close as you can to the frame. From there, we're going to open our board. We have our screw baggie here, and we have our back plate. Powers up, eyes are down. This fits a little loose. That's the point of this. It gives us some more flex because it's very stiff. So the board itself is going to slip in like that. What we're going to do is we're going to plug in our board. I'll plug in the eyes. Just turn it on, give it a shot, make sure it's working for you. So the eyes are happy right now. You can see the color change. But these eye wires are just bad wires. See how that changes right there? That's this particular set of eyes. I'm going to try to make it work, but forgive me. So this is the trick, because there's so much stuff down here, is you want to keep everything kind of tight and off to that side. You got to try to get your board fed in a little bit, and you want to get it kind of down into place. Watch the trigger. So we have to be conscious of our buttons. We want it to be nice and tight on there where it's clicky, but there's not a lot of pressure. So the way we do this is, I like to put the top bolt in, even though I see it goes away a lot of the time, and it's a 080 thread, like it's incredibly tiny. I provide a separate one. It is an Allen head, but it's so tiny that it's smaller than your 05, which caused the smallest one you get in your standard set. So what I end up doing is I'll pull the board up a little bit. I'll slip the smallest Allen I can. Let me see if I can... I'll slip the smallest Allen I can in, and I'll just keep it lined up. Get the front of the board towed in correctly, and just keep it lined up to the hole it's supposed to be in. On the way down, and then just make sure the board slips in. It should be a very snug fit right there. And now that this is lined up there, we're going to take our small screw, and I just use the smallest Phillips head screwdriver I have. Just give it a little pressure, and it locks it in there nice and tight. You don't need a ton of pressure on that one. So now the board's there. Now we want to check our clickiness. We want to make sure we can click both buttons and we're not clicking them independently of each other. Or we are clicking them independently. So I'll bring it back up here. I want to kick I'll turn it on. I want to make sure I can turn the eyes on and off, and turn the marker on and off. Now I'm happy with that. I'll grab my other screw. I'll bring it back down to the bench so I can do it. Still in focus? Yep. This one's a 440, another small screw, but definitely bigger than the first one. And just tighten it down. Don't have to kill it. Gotta make sure both of these feel nice. Make sure our eye wires are tucked in. Then we reassemble our frame. And from there, we're on. Now you can see, good, the eyes are working right now. You have a bit of green light there, you'll see it. I can see it pretty well. It's definitely not blinding, you can just look at it, it's nice. But you can also see it very well from right through the back there. That's the best way to look at it when you're trying to play with it and, you know, do your settings and such. And yeah, it just, I'm very happy with how not blinding it is. I can look at it in direct light. I got the light right behind me, my stage light here, and I can see it perfectly fine, which is great. And it's not just searing my eyes, which is what I was going for. And obviously reassemble as you would. You don't need the eye cover off, just, I've been messing with this marker a lot as I've been doing this. And that's it for the board install. It sits nice and tight. Again, just make sure your buttons are kind of hitting, kind of not. You want this to be a little loose, but not stupid loose. Like, you don't want to hear it rattle, you know? It barely moves around. You don't want to hear it rattle. It's sized to be a nice slip fit in there. And that's it for the board install, guys. This is Andrew at FloryPB. This is our first non-angel board we've made, and I'm very excited. This one took a lot of time to put it together, but it's together, it's running. We have 25 in this first run, ready for sale, and that's it for the install video. Thanks, guys.